Is Thursday again, and we're doing another Crafting Unscripted. So I'm just going to quickly do my checks that I always do to make sure that it's working. If you are here, give me a wave or a high five or a thumbs up. Let me know if you're here. And I've also, while I'm trying to see what's going on here, if this is actually working, I have done something different. I've made some changes. I found a new switch in my computer to make my volume louder, possibly. So if you can hear me better than normal, worse than normal, let me know. I've done something. I don't know if I did it right or not, but I have set something up there. So please let me know if you can hear me, if you can hear me better or not. So I'm working here on the iPad, so I'm good. I am live, so if you're here, hello. If you're not, hello anyways. You can be watching the replay. So today we're going to do something different. I'm trying to make some space here. I've got a lot of stuff on my go here. Oh, I want to apologize to everyone. Sorry, my hair's a little bit off today. Just whatever. I want to apologize to everybody because last week I sent out my email that we're going live in 15 minutes like I do every week. And for some reason I sent the wrong link. So a lot of people didn't see the live session, and then instead they saw the session a few weeks ago where we made the paper lanterns. And so I thought that was really cute. It was not the lantern that worked out, so that was not so great, but it was still got a lot of views, so that was great. So I apologize to anyone that missed last week, but I guess that happens. As we all know, I have technology issues sometimes, so let's call it that. If you have not gotten tickets yet, right now, there is the Holiday Craft Summit that is happening today, tomorrow, and the next day. So that's 3 days, the 16th to the 18th. There are free tickets available right now. I don't think I have that in my description of this video. So after the video is done going live, I'll put the link in there in case you don't have it. I have done a craft for that. I think I might have shown it to you. I might have not. But if you haven't seen a preview of my craft, we make this cute little card, and it's got an insert for a hot chocolate pouch. So that's that card, and there's a freebie with a different insert there. So that's available. My project goes live on Friday, so that's tomorrow. So if you haven't signed up for that yet, I'll drop the description below in the video. All right, so today we are trying to do something different. So Halloween is like a few weeks away, and I've been like, I don't know, I feel like Halloween has just gotten away from me this year. And last week I made some witches out front. I have to redo them. They're a bit too rickety. They're falling over a bit too much, and I can't get them to work. So I got to redo that this weekend maybe. I haven't had a chance. And then we had Thanksgiving here, so that kind of threw the whole week out of whack as well. But that's okay. No worries. We can still make this work. I'm going to try to change my screen here so that we can see what we're working on here. Maybe this will work. Okay, so I'm just going to move some stuff. So we're going to make a weird thing today. So this is like an eyeball. We're going to make a weird eyeball plant. So what I've done is I've purchased these like eyeballs at the dollar store, nothing fancy. And for some of them, I had to do like a test run. I had to make sure this was going to work before I went like gung-ho and spent half an hour working on this. And something's not right here with my screen. Where is my face? There's my face. There we go. Sorry about that. My face was missing for a second there. All right, so there's my face. Now you guys can see me. Whew. Technology at its finest, right? Welcome to Catherine Learns Stuff. So I've got these eyeballs, and they are just like little eyeballs. And we're going to do some more of these ones. But all I'm going to do with these eyeballs is they're going to make them into like stems, and we're going to put them into a flower pot, and we're going to make this cute little eyeball plant for Halloween. It's like a Halloween decoration. Now I'm going to see if I can do this. So this is like the eyeball, and at the bottom of each eyeball, maybe I'll do it this way, there's like a little hole right there. You can maybe you can see it there. I don't know, it's hard to see right there. And that hole is currently too small for anything. So what you're going to need to do is grab your scissors and poke it into that hole. Now I'm using my bad scissors because they're already kind of dull and I don't want to ruin my good scissors on this. And we're just going to make that hole a smidgen bigger. Can you see that a little bit bigger there? And that way, maybe, I don't know if that's going to work here. So I just made the hole a little bit bigger. Now I've already made a whole bunch of these because I needed to practice to make sure that this was going to work. And so what I do next is I've got flower stems. Now I got these ones, I think these ones are from Amazon, but you can buy them at the dollar store, you can buy them anywhere. These ones have like, let me see if I can show you kind of nicely. This has got like a metal piece here, and then it's coated in plastic, and then the whole thing is coated in plastic. Depending on how big you've pushed this hole in with this stem, the one side will be too small to kind of like floppy, and the other side will go in better. Depends, right? So it's your choice, but it's just so that you can have the eyeball kind of go into this. Now this one's a little bit too small for the way that I want it. I'm trying to have the plastic side go in because it's a little bit thicker, and so it kind of sits a little bit better. Just need to squish that a little bit more, and woo! And so I'm going to put this, maybe I'm going to put this in. I just did it before we went live here. And so we've got this, and this is going to, is it going to go in? Is it not going to go in? Let's see. This is supposed to go in. All right, this is not cooperating. I just did this, and now, all right, maybe. All right, so the eyeball is in, kind of. All right. Got the eyeball in, and so now what else I've done is I've got a whole bag of pipe cleaners. Now if you're like me, you have kids, you probably have lots of them. I had to pick up some new green ones because I didn't have any green left, because green is a popular pipe cleaner color in our house. And all I'm going to do is just wrap this around this guy here like so. Now if you have something different that's green, like a green tube or like a green mesh thing, you can use that instead. I'm using pipe cleaners. You don't even need to, you can just leave the flower stem the way that it is. I'm going to just do that. Now I'm not going to go all the way down to the bottom because this part of my stem is going to go into my flower pot, which is this guy here actually. And so I'm going to have like extra green stuff on top of this here. So we're going to keep working here. And if you are here, let me know if you're here, if you can hear me. I was online there a second ago and I saw that I was working. So hopefully I'm working. Oh, I know what's going on here. Maybe I don't. Let me just see. My display is wrong here. People could be talking to me and I might not see anything yet. So these settings always change to the way that whoever's in charge in the internet world is changing them. So I'm going to quickly put a bunch of these into here. And while I'm doing that, oh, I got to turn my glue gun on. So fancy glue gun. I'm just going to turn this on because we're going to add some decorations to our flower pot in a moment. And I've got to get my glue gun drip tray. Now I just charged this glue gun the other day, so it's got lots of juice. So hopefully I won't burn myself again. Hello, Entity 654. That's seems like a generic name, but hello. Welcome. So we're making these, I've made these holes all too small as it turns out. We're making an eyeball plant. So I'm just going to put some eyeballs onto some sticks here, some flower stems, and I'm going to make a huge mess in my workspace. So just bear with me for a little while as things go crazy here. But we're going to try to get this done so that we have a whole bunch of little eyeballs. And my son's really going to like this. My daughters might be a bit jealous, but he's going to like this one because he's all about Halloween and creepy and like all that stuff. So we're going to try to do this. And I've made all these holes way too small. And I'm pretty... Here I thought I was going to make them too big and everything was going to fall out, and now everything is too small. Go figure. All right. So we're going to just quickly put these eyeballs together. I got to make these a little bit bigger while I'm at it. So we're getting ready for Halloween here. I've been trying to get the front all decorated up and stuff. And we don't normally buy like the big pre-made things like we do our own every year. I mean, yes, I have a few things that are like already pre-made. Like, you know, I'll buy some of the ghouls we've purchased, some of them we made. But like we don't buy like the big skeletons or the big, I don't know, there's big werewolves out nowadays and all these like super huge ones, and we don't buy those because we don't have space for them. So what we try to do is we try to make Halloween costumes or Halloween decorations every year that we can either reuse or kind of pack up and do it into something else. Hey Nancy, sorry I'm late. Don't worry about being late. We're making some eyeball flowers today. So just standard eyeballs. Oh Nancy, listen, hey, you normally have problems with my volume. I found a new switch in my computer settings and I've tried to adjust the volume, so maybe I'm louder, maybe I'm not. So let me know what you think. all I'm doing is putting put holes into plastic eyeballs, and I'm putting flower stems into them. And I'm going to do a bunch of these quickly, and then we're going to put in, get this all done. And my glue gun is, my glue gun's already getting hot because I can see it melting over here, not over my glue gun drip pan that I've made. So I'm just putting these in here, and I made holes previously, but they're not big enough, so I'm just going to make them a little bit bigger. And each eyeball has like a little hole when they make the balls. So, oh, it is louder. Awesome. Thank you, Nancy, for letting me know. That's good to hear. So it's weird because I have two microphones and they're the exact same. Like literally I have two of this microphone right here, and I have one that's at my workstation here and one that's at my computer desk. And when I do my live sessions, I have to have my computer here to do like the whole like setup that I've got. And so, but that microphone only works on my computer. It doesn't work. The other microphone that I have here doesn't work, which is weird. And so I was recording myself here and there, and then I was listening to it afterwards. And it was weird because the microphone that I normally use here was recording me louder than the one that was the one that I have to move back and forth. And so I found a setting on this other microphone that I kind of go back and forth with. And I think I might have made it work. So awesome. I'm glad that's a little bit louder. So maybe that's a problem solved. But this eyeball doesn't want to have a hole that's big enough. So, so yeah. So Halloween, I'm looking forward. Good morning, Loretta. Well, it's afternoon here, but good morning to you. I'm assuming you're somewhere in a different time zone where it's not where it's still morning. Although I'm drinking a tea because I'm feeling kind of cold today. We spent a lot of time outdoors over the long weekend. This one's not good. Because we were out, because we had Canadian Thanksgiving here, so we spent a lot of time outdoors. And the weather was beautiful. The colors were great. But it was a little bit cold. Like, I mean, it's autumn, right? So it's not going to be super warm unless you're like on the other hemisphere where spring's turning into spring. So who knows? Anyways, I'm trying to put these eyeballs in here. We're going to make a cute little flower if I can get this all to work out. But I think I'm going to have to switch directions in a second because my glue gun is starting to superheat and I can't. We know I've already like burnt my fingers with my glue gun in the past, so we don't want that to go like, I don't want to have me in the hospital later with this. So, because my glue gun goes super hot. But we got to add some decorations to the vase that this is going to have. And so, I bought all these pieces mostly at the dollar store. So like the eyeballs are from the dollar store in the Halloween section. These stems I have are from Amazon, I'm pretty sure, because I got an Amazon tag. But you can get them at the dollar store or wherever. And I bought a whole bunch of these eyeballs because I wasn't sure how many I needed. And I've got some pipe cleaners because I have lots, but I also needed some extras. And I got 4 more eyeballs here. Let's make this work quickly before everything rolls away on me. And so I bought this like little metal pot. I was looking at the vases at the dollar store, but it's not, I'm gonna say flower season or spring or whatever. And so the selection of pots was limited, but they were also very expensive. They were like $6. I was like, I'm not buying a pot for $6. Like, this is the dollar store, right? So I found one that's like a little metal pot. And since this isn't actually real flowers, I don't need it to be a real flower pot. And we're gonna make it like creepy looking. So we've got to do, all right, one more. We can do this. All right. All right, so eyeballs are like on the sticks. They're not totally finished yet, but that's all right. We're making progress here, and we're okay for time still, mostly. So, oh, get in there. This one's, I've got white, like, plastic everywhere now. It's going to be all over me later. Okay, so these are done for now. So the next thing that we're going to do is I've got this flower pot. Well, just a pot, and it's gray. And I was thinking about buying like a clear one, but when we put the other stuff in here later, it's not going to work. So what we're going to do is we're just going to glue on some eyeballs. Now, I bought this pipe cleaner set at the dollar store because I needed green pipe cleaners, but this one comes with eyeballs. So I'm just going to glue on a bunch of eyeballs of random sizes and all over this. I'm going to try not to burn myself because we know that I'm capable of that. I did that, I think, 2 weeks ago. Now, bear with me as I try to open this fancy package. I was thinking of doing like, since I've got that Halloween paper, I was thinking of doing like, paper eyeballs and Mod Podging them on, but I wasn't sure that was going to work, and I didn't want to have to deal with that. So I'm just going to be doing a whole bunch of eyeballs. And I've got my glue gun here at the side, hopefully so I don't burn myself, but we'll see. I mean, the day is still young, I can still burn myself, right? But yeah, so just gonna add, so it's just kind of like adding some design. I was thinking of like maybe painting this green or something, but I think the gray is good for the back for now. And we're just going to put these all over. And I'm using my glue gun because I figured that'll have them stick a little bit better. Hopefully I won't melt them. So, has everyone started putting their Halloween decorations up, or am I the only crazy person that's had them up for ages? We've got some people down the street are finally starting to put theirs on. And my son is loving it because he is all about Halloween. And there's one house down the street and they do like this huge display with all these big things, and they finally started to put it up. And they must have done most of it on the weekend while we were away, because it's like done up. It's got the big skeleton, the half skeleton, the 12-foot skeleton, the whole works. They've got the goblins and the monsters and all the things. And so it looks very scary, but it is a little bit, I don't know, it's beautiful. It's like, it's an amazing display. It's just a lot of storage. Like, I don't know where people store all this stuff. But you know, everyone's got their own quirks, right? We make our own designs, and people buy them, the ones that are super scary looking, and use those ones. So, all right, so I'm just going to do one more eyeball here. I'm going to put this on here, and now I've got a bunch of eyeballs on my pot. So they're all sticking. These ones can go back over here for now, and we're going to carry on. Whew. All right, hold on a second. I need some tea because I'm running out of breath here. I gotta turn this glue gun off so it doesn't overheat. All right, so we're almost ready for Halloween. And we've still got a few weeks left though, so I've got to finish up a bunch of things, but we'll get there. All right, so the next thing I bought this is like a flower, wet floral foam is what it's called, I guess. I'm just gonna cut a piece and put it into here so that my flower stems stick. Now, again, I bought this all at the dollar store. I don't have any of these flower packages left. I used to have a bunch, but then I made a bunch of flowers and I gave all the flowers away in like vases and stuff, and then I had none left, so I had to buy more. Now, I'm not very good at this, and I really hate the sound of this, so just, I don't like that sound at all. So we're just going to, let me just mark this up here. Oh, it's like, whew, I don't like that sound at all. Ugh. All right. Just gonna shave some of this off. All right, and I'm just going to throw these bits in here because why not? I don't need them all over my place. Oh, I hate that sound. It's still in my ears. Oh, sorry. All right. Okay, so we got scary eyeballs, and now I still have to finish up with these eyeballs and pipe cleaners. So let's get some more pipe cleaners out here. We're making some good progress. And so you don't need to put, as I was saying before, you don't need to do pipe cleaners. You don't need to do, I think I'm going to do a few black ones too, just to like switch it up so that they're not all the same color. You can just leave it as the flower stems if you'd like, but I want to have a little bit more personality to this because I always like to overdo things. So I'm going to have a few black ones as well. And so what I said earlier was I'm not going to be, not all of the stems are going to go down to, or all the pipe cleaners are going to go down to the bottom of the flower stem. And the reason for that is because once this goes in, I'm going to have like a little bit of pipe cleaner on top so that it kind of looks like greenery. So I'm just kind of twirling this around, close, not close, whatever I kind of want. So once I put the eyeballs in, we're going to one eyeball. But the nice thing about flower stems, other than you can squish them in, you can actually like move them around. So now I've got like weird shapes. So this is what's going to happen. Whoops, we're going to get rid of the ones that are already ready to go so that they don't bother me and get in my way. And I'm going to kind of leave this stuff here at the bottom so that it can get intertwined with itself and be in the way or not in the way or whatever, but make it look a little bit more like a weird flower. I don't know if I've got too many of these or too few of these, but we're going to make this work because sometimes crafts just need to work out, right? So, and all I'm doing is just twisting this like around here. And it's really just to give it a little bit more character, personality, some whatever I would like. It doesn't need to be perfectly lined up. It can be perfectly lined up. It doesn't really matter. So we're just going to stick these guys in every direction, anywhere that we can find space for them. And we're going to keep moving. I've got a lot of these to do, so I'm going to just quickly try to keep doing this. Yeah, because I wasn't sure. I was kind of getting tired of working on with just the paper, because I know like I do a lot of paper crafts, and I was doing a summit the other day. I was doing like a, was I talking to someone or where, I don't know what I was doing, but I was going on about how I do lots of paper crafts, but I also do all sorts of other crafts. And I thought, you know, I feel like I've been just doing paper crafts recently. So I was like, no, I need to switch it up because paper is just too much paper for me. I needed a break. So I had to take a break from the paper. So now this is what we're doing. Like, I guess this is called multimedia, right? Because we're doing kind of everything. So, this eyeball is not happy. So we're just gonna squish this again here. This eyeball doesn't want to stay in, so just bear with me as I try to fix this by making the hole bigger and shoving the pipe cleaner in with it. Maybe it'll go. Maybe it won't. We'll see. Now, I'm pretty happy with how this is looking so far. And this eyeball is not going to cooperate at all. Listen here, eyeball. Pull yourself together. We've got to get this done. All right, there we go. That's better. Now it's staying because the eyeball was kind of flopping all over the place. We don't want a flopsy eyeball. We want an eyeball that works. So I'm gonna squish some of these sideways and so that they're not all in the same direction. It's gonna be good. This is gonna be good. I have extra eyeballs if I need them. I have lots of eyeballs all ready to go. Just need to put them onto pipe cleaners. And now I've seen, I don't know, we'll see how all these extra pipe cleaners look at the bottom. I might end up doing like some tissue paper in it as well, just to like to have some like greenery or something, or some scrap paper. Not totally sure, but just so that we've got a little bit more green, because I don't want it to be, I don't like the look of this foam stuff, right? So, but that's all right. That's my husband sneezing back there. If you can hear the sneezes, I think maybe he's finally getting sick like the rest of us. He just said no back there. I don't know if you heard him, but we've had like, I'm going to say seasonal colds happening in our house. And I was starting to feel sick when we were outside so much. And so I've got like, my toes are cold and I've got a little bit of a raspy throat. And I said to him yesterday, I think I'm getting sick. And he says, ha ha ha, everyone's getting sick. Loretta says, bless you, Chris.
Thank you.
He says, thank you. So he was laughing at me that I was getting sick. But now I think the time has come. Now he will be sick too. Nope, he's still in denial. Don't worry. He can be in denial all he wants. How many eyeballs are in this package you got and how much? So the package I got at the dollar store was, it was $1.50 and it had 8 eyeballs in it. And so I thought that was not too bad. I was hoping there might be more. I was hoping to get like a 30 pack for like $1 or whatever, but I got 3 packs because I wasn't sure how many eyeballs I would need to put into this plant when I was making this all together. So we'll see how this goes. This one's going to go like super deep. Yeah, so it was eight for $1.50. Not too bad, I think. So I'd like to be able to, I think, this eyeball's not working either. So some of these eyeballs I couldn't get to be big enough, and now they're too big. Silly, silly, silly. Loretta says you're welcome. And she gives you an emoji with like a tissue on it. So there you go.
Thank you.
All right, this one's back in order now. So the eyeballs where it's little, when I made the holes too big, I'm just making it a little bit bigger, and then I'm shoving the pipe cleaner into the hole with the flower stem as well, just because I don't actually want the eyeball like flopping over time. I'd make these and put them in the house plants. Ooh, that's a good idea. My kids bought a few weeks ago. We're not very good at keeping flowers and plants alive at our house. And so my son bought a, I don't know, some sort of a succulent at IKEA for like, I don't know, let's say $1.99. And yesterday we were looking at it, and like from underneath, like leaves just like were popping out, like a lot of them. And he's like, oh, let's just put them back in there. And I don't know if they'll actually grow or not, but I just pulled them out and said, no, let's just get rid of them, because I looked under the ones that we pulled out, and there was a whole bunch more dead ones. So I don't think that flower is going to survive. So I'm going to give him a new plant so that he's not sad when he realizes that one is dead. We are not very good at keeping real plants alive. I know you're supposed to water them, but like some of them maybe we watered too much, maybe we didn't water enough. I don't really know how it works. I don't know how it works, so we'll never know, I guess. So I'm going to put another black one in here. And maybe this one's going to go at the side here. I might need to adjust the location of the eyeballs so they're all kind of facing in one direction or another. I've got a few more here to go, but I think this is turning out pretty good. But I like this idea already you have of putting them into the houseplants. Now, like I said, I don't really have very many houseplants because we kill a lot of them. And I actually got some, what are they called, snake plants for free from my sister-in-law, and I'm pretty sure one of those is dying on us too. And I heard that they're like the indestructible plants, so that's how good we are with plants at our house. We are not houseplant people, but that's okay. We can't be good at everything is what I tell my kids, because that just wouldn't be fair. So some things we have to struggle with. And so let's see, we're almost done. We got a few more here to do. I think I'm going to do the next two in black. And then we're going to need to do something with the bottom of this pot because I don't like the way that it looks inside this. You're going to go here. I think this is looking good. Let me just change my angle here. Look at that. It's looking pretty good, I think. Oh, what is going on? Hold on a second. My computer has unplugged itself. Of course. Why aren't you plugged in? What's happening here? You're plugged in. What is going on here? Oh, good. My computer is not cooperating.
Do you need help?
Oh, God, there we go. Sorry, folks. I'm plugged in again. My computer, for some reason, we can't have a week without some sort of technological snafu, right? So here's this way. Sorry, my lefts and rights are off on the screen. So I just want to add, like, I'm not sure what we're going to do with this yet, but we've still got a few minutes, so we're going to get this figured out. But as with every week, there's got to be some technical issues, and so even though my computer was plugged in, it was the plug in the middle of the plug, because it's like three things that has to like go through an adapter to another thing, and one of those decided it was not going to stick in all the way. And I didn't realize it, even though it told me earlier that it was all plugged in and everything was under control. Lies. Lies, lies, lies. Alright, so let's do here. This is last eyeball. We're going to do this guy in black as well. Put him on the side here. So I think this is turning out pretty good. Lots of chaos. I hate when technology doesn't cooperate. At least my computer like beeps at me and tells me that I've got like a minute and a half left before the power dies and everything turns off. But All right, so I'm going to move some of these bits here into the middle so that they're not like off to the side. Do you have any of the fake moss to cover the floral foam? I do not have any of that stuff, but I do have, I've got some old felt. I might put some of that in there. Some bits that never cut out properly and I never did anything with. But I do not have any of that moss stuff. That sounds like a good idea. I'm just going to put some felt in here. I always try to, if I can, use like what I've got and not add more junk to my pile, although I just bought a whole bunch of new eyeballs and pops and foam, not foam, pipe cleaners to add to my mess here. So I try not to if I don't need to buy new stuff, because I always feel like, I don't know, I always feel like there's so much, I don't want to say so much waste, but a lot of stuff gets like kind of surplused here, right? And so I once had somebody, so like I write up blog posts as well, and I once had somebody complain to me, and they went like over the top about how wasteful I am and how I'm throwing all this stuff in the garbage and it's bad for the environment. And I thought, wow, like I understand that the environment is important, but this person was like way over the top and angry and just like, and they wouldn't stop, right? It was like they messaged me, they emailed me, they messaged me on my Facebook page, they messaged me everywhere, and there was a lot of anger about crafting and how wasteful it is. I thought, well, I'm sorry that my hobby is wasteful, but I do try to upcycle. This is a little Shop of Horrors vibe to it. It does. All right, let's change the angle here, and we're going to look at this here. So I've added like this, just like foam on top, like felt on top here to kind of make it look good. And I'm going to move it back. So I got the eyeballs underneath, the eyeballs up top. I might bend some of these to like make them a little bit different looking so that they're not all kind of like straight. But yeah, this is good. I like this one. My son is going to love this. So there we have it. I'm going to take some pictures of this and put this onto the video so that we've got this. So I think that turned out pretty good. It's too bad the eyeballs only have like one direction on them, but I think it's still good. So, all right. So that's that. Woohoo! It turned out good. We did it. So that's that there. I'll drop a link to like all similar products that I use if you need to find them. If you don't have a dollar store handy or your dollar store doesn't have any of this stuff. And then don't forget that the middle of the classroom decorating. I love it, Loretta. Putting it in the middle school classroom. My kids might like that as well. We'll see. We might have to make some more. I've got a bunch of eyeballs left, and I've got a bunch of googly eyes as well. So I'll leave some links to that. Oh, I was saying, so I've got right now the Winter Craft Summit is happening today, tomorrow, and the day after. My project goes live tomorrow, so my video is live tomorrow, so be sure to sign up and get that. I'll drop a link in the description of the video because I think I forgot to do that before I went live here, and then have that ready. Make sure you get tickets for that. It's still free. You can get VIP tickets for that as well. Those tickets are for sale until I think middle of next week, so you can watch it at your own leisure when you have time. And that's about it for today. So thank you everybody for coming. Thank you for helping make this. Hopefully you can try making your own. And I'm liking the way that this turned out. This is going to be a good one. People in my house will really appreciate this. Holiday Craft Summit. Yes, it's the holiday. Yep, that's Beth's Summit. That's right, Loretta. It's Beth's Summit, the Holiday Craft Summit. I'll drop a link in here in like 30 seconds once we're off of air, because I can't add it in while I'm live, I don't think. So, but that's it for now. So thanks everybody. And I will see you guys next week. We will do some more Halloween. I think next week might be the last Halloween project. Maybe not. We'll see. Who knows? Anyways, Halloween again next week. So, bye-bye. Thanks, everyone.